Thank you. We don't get to get dressed anymore. Hey, hey, hey. What's up, Shy Buggy? What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? We are back in the corner. But you know you gotta get your intro music though. Usually that's what I got on some Uggs or something. We don't get to get dressed. Most of my stuff is like too big now, so. Wait till we get some people in the corner. For the record, I got one nail this week. I'll do them tomorrow. I haven't had time. Thank you. We don't get to get dressed, Mitra. I appreciate it. I had to put on my therapist outfit. What's up, Ebony? I had to put on my therapist outfit. Thank you. You know, these glasses is from my boutique. SCRSInkBoutique.com. I have to see if I have more. They're from last year's collection. So, I gotta tell y'all why I had to change the intro music, which it will change again. I got a story for y'all, right? Hold on. But first things first, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. We are back in the corner. Okay, Valentine's Day is over. I don't need all that space, so we are back in my comfy office where I'm in my, comfortable zone. So, let me tell you about the songs, right? Because I want to put these videos onto YouTube as well, I cannot monetize them on YouTube if I use my own records, even though they're mine, on the video, simply because ASCAP, BMI are involved and they track whenever your records are played in certain places, and if it's not authorized by the engine that you're running your music through, then it will be blocked or you can't make any money from it because it seems as though you are stealing the music. So if I want to be able to not only record live but share this with other people, I cannot play things like Sexy On or Sexy On, Conflict, A Gift and a Curse. Yeah, those records are out, so I can't play them. Addicted is not out yet, so I can. So that's why I went ahead and led with that one. Whirlwind isn't as well, so I'll play that one also. But the ones that are out, please support me. If you know me, if you don't know me, I make great music. That's what I do, right? So go look your girl up, Sade Caress, on all music platforms. It doesn't matter what it is. Your girl is even on Shazam. If you hear the record and you can't remember how to spell my name, hit your Shazam app and you can find the record. Okay, so that's why I had to change the music, guys. So this week I got on my therapist outfit, right? Got my tie and what I envision the therapist outfit to be, because we are talking about mental health, right? We're talking about something that's pretty serious. So I wanted to put on my serious outfit. And besides, we don't get to go outside. So yeah, it was the perfect reason. Let's see who we have in here today. Hi, Craig, if you're still in here. Now, you all know I normally lead with the things that I'm selling. We still have all of the Yoni products here. I've redone my wall. So I have some hats here still. The hats are actually selling. They're selling out, actually. We got the two-tone hats, white on the inside, black on the outside, and several other colors on the website. The website is scaressbeauty.com. Somebody online can tag it for me, Sade or Pleasant, if you're on yet. I'm not sure. And we also have, just things. We have these cool clips. I want to show you how these clips when I have my nails done, but it just never works that way. But these clips here are perfect. Every time I go to the garage or like a parking deck and I have my nails to the length that I like to have them, my car gets stuck in the machine to the point where the people got to come out the little box and walk over to me and take the card out for me because my nails just won't let me, it's one of those in and out things. It just doesn't work. So these are on the website, scaressbeauty.com. Let me see if I can get them closer. But these clips are perfect for that. I don't have a card handy, but in a sense, you would just simply clip it to your card. No matter how long your nails are, put it in there, pull it out. Fits on your keychain, so you don't ever have to leave home without it. Believe me, it is embarrassing for the lady with the bad attitude to have to come out of the parking box thing and take your card out for you guys. So if you are interested, these are on the website. We have just the normal things, the oil, the feminine wash. We have some boob tape because we know spring is coming. I know y'all see that it's not getting dark as fast, so that means it's getting ready to get nice outside. So you're going to need some boob tape for some of those outfits. And, just all kinds of stuff. We got the sweat gel still. We have some new stretch mark remover cream that'll be going up online. And we have our resistant bands. If you see my girl in the back, she changed the outfit this week. Her shirt says, I've got a good heart, but this mouth. Yes, I got a good heart, but I cuss you out. So that's what she's wearing today, made by me. If you are interested in any specialized t-shirts, your girl is in business, so holla at me. Let me show you my Valentine's Day things, and then we'll get into the topic. I've been sharing a couple of things. Thanks, Sha. Sharing a couple of things online. So I made this last week, and it is a hoodie, and it says, "Are you eating cookies tonight?" So this is a part of my Valentine's Day theme for my fiance, and I even made him one. These glasses feel so weird. I keep wanting to fix them, and it's nothing to fix. But anyway, hold on. And I made him one as well. Yay, Cookie Monster. So your girl is working. I already got some shirts that got to be out this week. So if you are interested, just inbox me or DM me if you are on Instagram, and we can talk about it, right? What else? Oh, and these. I know you guys saw these on my feed. I'm working on these. I just love the theme this year of Cookie Monster, and y'all already know why. So I added some glitter to my cup and got a little creative, and I just thought it was so cool. And I had the matching cup set because I got milk all the time. So yeah, and why not, right? Yeah. So that's what I've been working on, and that's what we have. We have some headbands here, terry cloth headbands for my makeup wearers. Just go to the website. We got a lot of things up there, and they are selling. So make sure you get them. Yoni baskets are still available. They're not Valentine's Day themed anymore, but they are still available if you are interested in those. So let's dive in, right? This week, I got an article sent to me from someone. Thank you. What's up, Q question mark? You know what? Q question mark, inbox me because I need a cover done, and why not go to the best, right? So anyway, I got an article sent to me this week in regards to the amount of NYC students, young students, that have committed suicide this year alone. It's only February. So to know that it's about 6 kids, if I'm not mistaken, it may be 1 or 2 more, that actually committed suicide this year, and it's only February, is kind of scary. And from what I saw, it's equal to the same amount of kids that did it last year in total. So in a month and a half, we've lost like 6 kids in comparison to a whole year of last year, losing 6 kids. Now, even losing 1 is horrible, but what do we think is causing these kids to feel like there's no more and there's nothing left? I, for one, personally believe that it's the pandemic, of course. It's the isolation. Everybody cannot handle being stuck at home. Some people are naturally born social beings, like myself and like my kids. And I've shared videos of my oldest daughter having a complete meltdown last year when the pandemic first hit, because she hadn't been outside in weeks and weeks and weeks. And now here we are a year later, and we're pretty much in New York in the same predicament as far as things being open and accessible. And these kids are over it at this point. I know my son, for instance, trying to get him out the bed in the morning was like a battle, guys. Oh, my God. He couldn't stand school. He didn't understand why he had to get out the bed for school and blah, 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 blah. He want to play sick. And now it's, I can't wait for school to open. I can't wait for school to open. And then when you ask him, what do you miss about school? It's just the social side of things that these kids are lacking. Oh, my God, when her phone broke. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, sorry. Oh, yes, when her phone broke. Sorry, Sade, I wasn't connecting it. But yes, when my daughter's phone broke is when she had her meltdown. But it's the social side of it. And even for me, with the anxiety of, knowing that COVID is there, I have to pull back some, because she's about to be 14 years old and she doesn't know, the things that I knew at that age as far as traveling and how to read the streets and everything. And she can't learn it because she can't go anywhere. So I want to know what you guys are experiencing if you have children, or if it's just yourself at home now. What are you experiencing during this pandemic mentally? Because for me, personally, I'm over it. I'm ready to go outside. I'm ready to go kick a freaking soccer ball. And I don't even play soccer. Real talk. I want to do something else. I want to go to a restaurant. I haven't been to a restaurant since like January of last year. Maybe, probably about that time. It's just so much. So if it's so much for us, I can imagine what it is for these kids. So I want to know, guys, what are you experiencing with your kids? I know some of you on here have children that are just starting school during the pandemic. They don't even know what it is to go to normal school. So if, schools open up and go back to normal, they're going to be lost. They're going to have to relearn everything, or not even relearn, but now they're a step behind because they're so used to being at home on a computer. Or maybe they'll be a step ahead. I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. But I want to know what some of you guys are experiencing at home with your children. Let's see. I was just telling X he has no idea, even though he's in high school, with it being virtual, it's not the same as going to school. It's not. I remember when I went to high school, I had to stand outside in the freaking freezing cold in a long-ass line for them to check your ID, and it took forever, and they used to bum rush the door, and, but was it dangerous? Yeah, in a sense, but it was just kids being kids, and these kids are not experiencing anything, and it's making them soft, and it's making them, their minds weak. They're not as strong as we were when we was those ages, because you couldn't tell us anything. You couldn't tell me I wasn't a star when I was 10, 11, 12. Hell, you couldn't tell me I wasn't a star when I was like 5. But these kids now need like reinforcement. So now what happens when you're sitting at home with a parent that maybe doesn't have a certain level of education and they cannot help you? And what if that parent, instead of admitting that they don't have that certain level of education, decides to belittle the child? You know what I mean? It's just a really crazy situation, and you don't know what anybody is dealing with in their personal household. And now you are starting to see it trickle down into the healthcare system, into the school systems, and they're going to see more, you know, unfortunately, until they decide to figure out how to make this work for the kids. Because, hell, the adults could barely get through it. Exactly. They had to hold our phones. We experienced stuff. These children, they've had a whole year of, it could be somebody's most important year of learning stripped from them. They had to sit in the house that year. So now here they are, they pushed out into the real world and they don't know what the hell to do. You had teens that would normally go to summer youth or work. They didn't get to work. So now you got an extra year of you not knowing the value of $1. It's just crazy. It's a crazy situation. And what about the babies? Hey, Pleasant, what about the babies, right? Where are they really thinking? You have children that are going to school online. Some of them don't have computers at home or never have had them before this. And you're expecting them to know how to do every single thing on the computer. And they don't. So now, what about the parents that are essential workers? They're going to work every day. What if it's a single parent? What if it's not? And they both are essential workers. Then now they're tired when they get home. They're burnt out, you know, and now they got to come home and they got to help the kids with school. It's a lot to do, and it's a lot on your mental. So that's why I asked the question. A lot of us, we say, hey, how you doing? But we don't really stop and listen, right? I know I say it out of habit. How you doing? And I keep it pushing. But no, how are you doing? It's sometimes you need to really ask. I'm seeing all down my timeline. Not only am I seeing like a lot of my friends and people that follow me and I follow losing like grandparents and a lot of relatives, but I'm seeing a lot of my friends losing their minds. I mean, grown men crying out for help, and it's crazy to see. It's good that they're asking for the help, but then you see certain responses and it's just like, what the hell? Go over there. If somebody is saying online they need you, they need somebody, get your ass up and go over there. Yes, let's change how are you doing to how are you dealing. I like that. This is why Pleasant she need her own platform, because she's coming up with great stuff. But yes, let's change how are you doing to how are you dealing. Because it could be your own neighbor going through some crazy times, and all it took was somebody to just come and say, hey, how are you dealing, right? And nobody came. Nobody came, and they could have. And now you have taken your life or something. Like, mental health, especially in the Black community, is overlooked or is taboo. And it's sad. I don't accept taboo in my household. If I think that something is wrong, or if I see something, I'm going to investigate. And whatever the best outcome is for that situation, I'm going to go with it. I don't believe in taboo. I think that it's so stupid for us to sometimes keep these family secrets and these damn health issues a secret when you already know it passes down, right? So now, what about those people that already had mental issues before this pandemic kicked in? And now it's heightened. Or maybe their caregivers died because of COVID. Like, it's just so much to really consider. And I don't think that we actually stop and think about it. And I am consciously making a decision to do this on a consistent basis. How are you? And I would hope that people ask me, because as you see, I'm moving and grooving all the time. But I'm human, and people go through stuff all the time, and it just takes a friend, somebody concerned to some way sometimes help, right? Let's see. Out here in Dominican Republic, they call it saludos. When you walk in a room and you say saludos or buenas, then everyone in the room respond. I love it. That's dope. Please get some sun for me in the Dominican Republic and DR. But yeah, it's even in the South, right? In comparison to New York, you go out, you walking down the block, they say, hey, how you doing? What's up? Hey. In New York, we don't do that. It's just everybody is mad or mean mugging or feel like they can't say nothing to somebody. Like, yo, hi, what's good? Even me, right? When I was a teen, my famous line was, and some of my friends can vouch for me, if somebody was staring or looking at me, I'd be like, you know me? So what the fuck you looking at me for? That's horrible. That is horrible to say to somebody, right? What if that person was just in deep thought? They wasn't thinking about me. They didn't even see me. What if they didn't even see me? And what if I would have pissed them off by saying that? You know, you see crazier stuff happen on the news all the time. We have to consider people's mental health. Hey, Trizzle, welcome, 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 Chanel. What's up, sister? What's up, Lawrence? What's up, y'all? What's up, Erica? We're talking mental health, guys, especially in the Black community. It's so taboo. I just don't believe in that. You know, people don't want to seek therapy. Therapy is good. You have the right to find your therapist. You have the right to pick the color of your therapist if you feel like that would help you. But get the help. There's so many people out here that have Medicaid. Medicaid does offer help. You just got to want it. You got to want to look for it, and you got to want to get it. New York has so many mental, I don't want to call them mental, but that's the only thing I could think of right now. Patients just walking the streets. Just walking the streets. You know, I used to hear that when I was a kid, they had a place. Somebody tell me what it was called. Was it Belmore? I don't know. But they had a place for them where they were housed and medicated, and I don't know if it was a good situation or not. I'm sure it probably wasn't the best because it's not open anymore. But the point is, once it was shut down, all those people were just released into the streets, and they are, you know, outpatient care instead of inpatient care, when it's a lot of them that need inpatient care. I mean, there's no reason why you finding people sliced on the trains and the subways under the damn seats. People are losing their minds, and the fact that there's no social part of this is a problem, and it's even more of a problem for the kids because it's festering in them young, as opposed to some of these adults are snapping, but it's festering in them young, and you know, we don't know what that may do to these kids. I'm a parent that believed in pulling your kids out for the pandemic. Creedmoor, Bellevue, thank you. People say we're mean, but it's about respect. It is about respect. It is about respect. But at the same time, I honestly prefer to say just hello in the morning. You know, sometimes that hello might save your life, right? That hello, you might know that neighbor now, and if they see something crazy going on at your house, they'll be the one to call the cops. So I prefer to, you know, greet people. But as I was saying, you know, you never know the tone anymore. And if it's festering in the adults, then what the hell is going on with the babies? 6 kids in a month and a half. Is it a trend? Is it something I don't know? Is it something maybe you've read? Because I'm not sure. But these babies are not happy. They're not happy, and their normal way of life is being taken from them, as well as the grown-ups. You have people that made their entire living on clubs or dining or waitressing or whatever it is, and they can't do what they're used to doing. Their lives are upside down. You have people in other states, not just New York. I know people that have been let go of jobs for months and have no unemployment coming in the state of Georgia. Like, none whatsoever. How are these people surviving? They snapping. They are snapping. So when you see your friend, you see your old coworker, or you see somebody you know, say, hey, how you doing? How are you dealing, right? How are you feeling? You good? You know, talk to them. Take a minute, because that might be the one thing to say to the next person. They might not snap because somebody took a minute to care. I want to know, like, how are your children? How are your kids counseling? Let's see. Shit, I've been saying from therapy all my life and wanted marriage counseling. That's awesome. Yes, counseling is good. Some of us got some deep-rooted issues that aren't even in our control. Hell, I know. There's 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 I got to deal with, you know. I had a crazy upbringing. I mean, it was like I lived a double life almost. So I understand. I completely understand. A lot of people are afraid to seek therapy or help because of fear of being labeled crazy, or people feeling like they can talk to people because they don't have support or just don't know how to express themselves. That is a lot of the problem with the kids. We scold them a lot. We yell at them for stupid stuff, and then they get into themselves or in a shell, and they don't feel so comfortable to come to their parents and talk about stuff. So now you hear you maybe not doing the best in remote learning, right? Or maybe you don't feel the motivation to get on the computer and do the schoolwork. I know from going to online school that it is a whole nother animal from sitting in a classroom and having a teacher that you could tap, hey, can you help me? It is a whole nother ball game. And it's hard for these teachers too. It's hard for them to juggle. Outside of New York, I know the teachers are working where they're working in class and online doing the same thing. But in New York, it's not like that. So, hey, Brownie. So, you know, it's a hard scenario for the teachers and for the kids. Seriously. It's a hard, you know, so I'm sorry, I'm reading at the same time. It's a lot of people popping in and out, which is great. Welcome to Yoni Talk. We are talking mental health, especially in the babies, right? So just imagine you got a history project on a person you've never heard of before, right? Well, normally you might go in the classroom, you might see the person in the hallway on a bulletin board or something, but now there's nothing around to motivate you, and you're sitting at home and you don't feel like doing it. What are you going to do? When I was in college, I literally had to drag myself to the computer, and I was home after work to do the damn work. I just didn't want to get online and do threads and all kinds of crap. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to sit in the classroom, but my circumstances wouldn't allow that. And now that's what the kids are going through. But as an adult, I flunked. I'm not going to lie. I lost a lot of money that year because I couldn't get with the online learning. It wasn't easy for me. And I was, 20 years old doing online learning, and I just couldn't do it. I had to be in the classroom. And let me tell you something. I had great grades in high school, went to school with a full scholarship. In online school, it broke me. I couldn't do it. So what do we think the kids are going through? Let's see. It's sad because we're open to nurturing the mental state of the children that they aren't able to deal with what was normal to us as children. It's a double-edged sword. Yes. Because of whatever's going on, these kids can't take anything. Everything is like emo. I remember with my oldest kid, I used to be like, damn, she always walking around here sad and depressed. Like, life is amazing. You know, we had just moved. They had all of these things. She got her new iPhone, and she still was just moping around. I couldn't understand it. And it would just be the most simplest things that would rattle her. And then we got to also consider that some of these kids are going through puberty. They going through puberty and they stuck in the house. They cannot jump. They cannot run. They cannot hang with their friends. They can't go watch the guys can't go look at the asses. The girls can't go look at the cute guys like this. The social ability is gone. So now they going to sneak and link. I don't like that. I prefer y'all go out to the mall or something. I don't want no sneaking links. Not at all. Let's see. Like for with X having his ADHD and everything else, he doesn't like the virtual learning and he prefers being in class with the para to help him. Yes, and not for nothing, he's become accustomed to having that extra help because that's how he was going through the school system, right? He had a para. Now he don't get a para because he got to stay at home. It intimidates these kids. It does. And it intimidates the parents that don't know the work, guys. There's a lot of them that the hell, I don't know how to do their math. I'd be like, what the hell is this box? You want me to write the number here? You want me to write the number there? You want me to do it? Why? They don't know they time. My kids still have trouble with the multiplication timetable because they are so used to doing this damn box. It's crazy. And it's hard for the parents. So now that's where it comes in aligned to how are the parents' mental health and how's the children's mental health. Because if the children are broken and the parents are broken and there's no therapy or there's no guidance counselor or there's none of that in the house, what is going on? Oh, no math. I fight with Xavier. Thank you, Cuzzo. Thank you. This is my therapist outfit because we are talking mental health, right? But, you know, if all of these elements are in the school building for a reason. You have a security guard, you have the nurse, you have the lunch lady, you have the guidance counselor, you have the secretary, the principal, you have all of these people in the building. But now when you have parents that had to opt to keep their kids at home, they've now become all of those people. Because I know on a regular basis, in my mind, I am cursing something out. Somebody, COVID Lachey, because I got to make breakfast. I got to make lunch. I got to make dinner. I got to work. I got to deal with the kids. I got to do that. And my house is always a mess. My light bill is through the sky. That's what I'm dealing with as a parent. And then you have the kids like, at least you can move. I'm sitting at a desk for 8 hours in my bedroom. So it's really a crazy, and I got some teachers on here, and I want to know from the teachers' perspective as well, how are y'all doing during the pandemic? Because all of us are affected. And one of my children, my son's teacher, Miss Smith, she's very good with communicating, and that's what I appreciate about her. If Makai says to her, yeah, I'm having a bad day, I'm not feeling it, I would rather be in a school building, she will call me. She will call my cell phone like, hey, Miss Strong, Makai is saying this and that, and I don't want something to go unnoticed. I appreciate that. Sometimes I get on my nerves, but when you stop and you think about it, that's a concerned teacher. And she's aware, right? That means she's aware that these kids are going through something. And if everybody was aware and not just in their own minds, then maybe we could get through this a little bit better. Let's see. Parents go to sleep. Parents got to step up. We can't depend on the school system. Very true. Very true. And it's kind of tricky because what we believe and know, they don't teach these kids. And the curriculum that they're giving them is boring curriculum. So now you got to motivate yourself to get on the internet and do the schoolwork. You got to motivate yourself to read this boring ass schoolwork. It's just nothing there for them. And there's more to life. There's more going on. There's more artwork. There's more things that they could be looking at, but they limit them to the wackest stuff. And I just don't understand that. Why aren't you teaching finance? You know, on one aspect, I'm grateful for the pandemic because I could teach my children things that I know they're not going to learn in school. I have whole credit conversations with my 13-year-old. And she's like, really? Really? Yes. And it's not the only conversation we'll have. It's one of many conversations and lessons that we'll have. So I can appreciate that part, but I can do that with them in the school building too. So I appreciate the teachers. The teachers have a crazy job to do. And a lot of parents don't know their children like they think they do. And they're learning them now. And a lot of children don't know their parents like they think they do. Right? And they're learning them now. So it's just a very, very sensitive time that we are in. And parents, we cannot be in our heads so much where we're only thinking about the things that are stressing us out, because it is things that are stressing these kids out. I know firsthand. And the last thing that any of us want to deal with is a child harming themselves or worse because they feel like the pressure of the pandemic is getting to them. And it's not just school, it's everything. You can't go bowling. You can't go to the movies. You can't just go do the things that you would normally do on top of the extra stresses of life. And if you have abusive parents, damn, you stuck in the house with their abusive behinds. Like, it's no win. So reach out to your friends with kids. Check on them. You know, link, even if you do a Zoom link. Everybody check on each other, because if your friend has one kid, they could be stressed out. If they have 5 kids, they could be stressed out. Check on them. Let's see. Let's see. I got a lot of things to read. Hold on, guys. No. Number 2, people learn. Okay. No 2 people learn the same, and all children are being taught the same learning style with digital learning. It's not working. No, it isn't. It isn't. And I'm not a teacher. I didn't go to school to teach. So I don't know. I'm blessed to have friends that teach, and I can call them up and say, hey, you know, what am I doing here? But let's be real. I don't know what I'm doing. That's not what I do. This is what I do. So I might not have the answer on how to teach my child either. Let's see. Kudos to her. I appreciate my fellow educators really doing their job. Yeah, Miss Smith is dope. Yeah, they should teach real estate. I'm with you on that one, Gerald. Hell, I need to still learn some real estate myself. So, yes, real estate is something they should learn, especially in high school. You might can start in junior high, but, yeah, definitely in high school. Shit, you taught me about credit when we were children. I sure did. Let's see. It's nothing you didn't learn yourself, though. I teach my children on many profound levels. I get the point, but another of our parents are just lazy. Yeah, they are. They are. I can only speak for me, you know, but there are a lot of lazy parents, and they're a product of lazy parents, and they don't want to stop the cycle of being a lazy parent. It's a lot going on. It is a lot going on. What about the parents and the children that have special needs? that community is suffering as well. They're giving them like 2-3 hours of school time. They need structure. They need, repetitiveness, and they're not getting it. What about those parents that aren't? Because we all know that's a different level of parenting. Let's just be honest. Hi, Auntie. Hi, doll. It's a different level of parenting when you have a special needs child or an autistic child or a child with those type of needs. So what about those parents? Because where they may go out on a day program and get the fundamental skills from someone that is trained to deal with that style or type of person, these parents have been accustomed to being able to take them and do that. Now they're home with them and they don't know how to deal. It's different when you get them and they've been worn out all day, and then you bathe them, you feed them, they get, chill out and they go to bed. It's different when they're there all day. It's harder for them as well because they're not used to being there all day. What about the elderly? What about them? You have the elderly that are used to going out on programs and they can't do that. Or what about the ones that are in the nursing homes suffering because they cannot see their families? They don't understand what FaceTime is or whatever. It's just a lot to think about when you are considering mental health, especially now during this crazy time. Nobody foresaw anything like this ever happening during our lifetime. At least that's what I hear from the older people I know, the people with some experience. They're like, yo, this pandemic is something crazy. It's something crazy. And that's why I say all of that to say, make sure you checking on thy neighbor. Make sure you're checking on your neighbors. If you know the old lady down the block don't have no grandkids, doesn't have kids, or does, and the kids ain't crap, check on your neighbors. If you know somebody has kids and you haven't seen them kids come out the house and whatever, ring their bell. Make sure everybody's okay because everybody is going through stuff right now. And it's better to just show that you care than to be ignored. It's definitely better to be ignored. Thank you. Justina, girl, I got them earrings on, girl. Paparazzi. Justina Holly. She's on there, y'all. If y'all want some earrings, make sure you hit her up. She got some dope stuff. $5 pieces. But yeah, I want to know. So I've actually heard from a parent with a child with ADHD. So I can imagine, he's going through it. I'm even considering sending my kids back to school because I see them struggling at home. It's mentally driving them crazy. And I don't want to do that, and it's a serious thing. What we might think is not serious, it is very serious for these children. I have a daughter that wants to play ball. She can't. How can she play ball if she's not in school to be on a team to play ball? Like, it's taken away from her ability to do what she wants to do with herself. Let me see. But it's also no excuse if your child has special needs. By the time they're reach school age, you should know how to deal with your child a little better than what the parents are doing. I agree. I'm not going to say much on that because I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about what I don't know. You are a bit more professional on that than me. What if school just didn't exist, though, sis? You're right. If school didn't exist, my kids would be all right. I don't know about everybody else. We bring these children into the world, so I drive to coach them. So depending on school, even after school, we are teaching. Yes, I agree. It's not so much for me that I'm saying that it's the educational part. Like I said, it's the social part. It's more of, like when I ask my kids now, do you miss school? And they say yes. And I say, why? It's not because they want to see Miss Thomas and get homework. They want to see their friends. But then there are, just like there's people that don't take tests well, right? Then you have some people that ace a test and they don't care for the classwork. They can just see something and run with it. Everybody does learn different. Everybody does learn different. But for me, I'm saying the social aspect of it. We don't know what it's like to be in school and then snatched away from your friends. And you can't even visit them. It's not like it's a snow day and it'll go away. It's a whole year later. You can't go visit them. They may have a grandma there. You don't know where they've been. They don't know where you've been. So it's just a lot in that aspect of what I'm saying. And when I speak of the teachers, they have real lives at home too. My daughter's teacher got a whole kid that she's trying her hardest to keep him quiet while she's teaching, and he's young, and she can't. You know, so I'm just saying, how are we all mentally faring in all aspects and in all situations? Let me see. Well, you know, Maxine and I always mentor the kids. We have to come together and create a new way. We could put our minds together on. Yes, we can. And let me tell you, I'm even considering, just the same way I have the Yoni Talks platform. And Gerald, you know, I know you mentored the kids. How you mentored me. And you are one of the main reasons why sisters never got locked up. I never got caught out there because I didn't have time, right? Gerald used to be like, you out there fighting, you out there, bring your behind to Long Island. Come sing, come do this music, come do. And they kept me busy. And right now, you know, it's kind of hard to do stuff like that during the pandemic. But what about virtually? What can we do? I wanted to bring my daughter, or both of them, or even all three of my kids, who knows, on board to do a weekly live, maybe once or twice a week, where we do different arts and crafts and projects and build vision boards and just talk about finances and just talk about things with other people and other children and their parents. And we can even bring them on live to help better our own children, and especially in our own communities, because something has to be done. They got to be busy. If they can't go outside, how can we keep them busy? What can they do? You know, what kind of structure, as my other mother, Miss Chanel, says, can we give these kids? Because they actually need structure. Whether they home, whether they in school, no matter where they at, they got to have structure. And a lot of parents lack the ability to provide structure for the kids. Me being one of them. I try my very hardest, but sometimes, you know, I get knocked off track. I'm human. But this is something that I do want to do. And Gerald, you are the art guy, right? You know, we could do something dope where you maybe do a live and show the kids how to draw on the art pad thing, because I don't know how to do that. You know, it's all of those things need to be put together so that we can make this work. Now, my best friend and her mother, Miss Chanel, have been doing stuff like this for years. So what can we do now in these circumstances to bring it all together? I see a lot of locations, right? Oh, rent this spot for the pop-up shop. Rent this spot for the pop-up shop. But what else are we doing? What are we doing for the kids? What events can we hold where it's 3 or 4 kids for 30 minutes to 45 minutes doing something, and then we rotating them out where it's not too expensive, or even we get some vendors and get some free stuff going? What can we do for these kids? Because it's no reason why in mid-February 6 kids have committed suicide. It makes absolutely no sense to me, and it scares the hell out of me. And I don't ever want it to be one of mine. So what can we do? Let's brainstorm. We here, right? Yoni Talk is not always just about the Yoni, but what the Yoni creates is life. It creates these babies. It creates us that grow up to be adults and create more life. So it's definitely a topic that can be discussed on this platform. Let's see. We just sat down and had a huge family talk about structure and consistency. Yes, me too. We didn't sit down, though. We was in the kitchen, and I was breaking. But then I broke it down why I was breaking, because it's not enough structure, and there's not enough help in here for all these people that got wants and needs. It's not enough help. So, yes, structure and consistency. And family meetings are important, and a lot of us don't have those. That is also something very important in the mental health situation and in the family dynamic. That's something that my best friend I know and her family do all the time. And I used to tease, like, y'all really gonna sit down? Y'all gonna sit down and talk like all together? Because that didn't make sense to me. I've never had that. So now that's something that I find myself doing with my kids. Somebody come out, Makai come out, Yoni come out, everybody come out, babe, everybody come out. We got to talk about this because this shit ain't working right here. That is usually what happens around these parts. I started allowing C to see her friends, but they must wear masks and be outside. Yes. I let Sanaya go to the mall. I didn't want to. But I had to. So I did. I let her go to the mall, and so far nobody's sick, thank God. She's pretty much on top of it like I am, as far as cleaning your hands and keeping your face covered, and she don't really like people up on her. And I'm more comfortable with her being older going out. But it's the younger kids that concern me. Like my son never knows what his mask is. My daughter, Yoni, she never knows what her mask is either. Like they just toss them things and keep it pushing. So I'm a little bit more leery of them. But those are the two that I honestly feel like definitely need to go back into the school building just to get some type of social something. Because they're going to rip each other's heads off if I don't. Meeting time. Yeah, the meeting works. I just got to work on the part where I allow everybody else to participate in the meeting, because it's usually everybody's shutting up and mom is laying down the law, but it shouldn't be that way. Everybody should be able to participate and state their piece without anybody being offended. So I'm working on that, right? But we're going to get there. And one day I'm going to come and I'm going to tell y'all just how great it went, right? But right now, I was breaking. Hey, tired of this. I'm tired of that. Let's see. I hated meetings as a child, but they helped and I learned to enjoy the communication part of it. Yes. And that's the main thing. A lot of people don't know how to communicate. They talk bad to each other, and it just comes from them not doing it enough growing up or seeing it as well be done that way. They need that social interaction at times, as long as it's not all the time and they are staying safe. Yes. Progress is coming, Pleasant. Progress is coming. And I appreciate everybody for logging on. I hope you guys are sharing this platform. And wow, we're doing really good. We just chatting away. I haven't done a time check this whole time. Let's see, we got 14 minutes. Jesus. Okay. That's good. Because we really got into something. And I got some people I'm going to hit up. We're going to link up and definitely provide some outlets for these kids. Even if it's showing them how to make a damn iron-on t-shirt, showing them something. Even if it's explaining to them how to turn that t-shirt into a whole business, something. We have to find something to motivate these kids, because it's more than being a rapper or an athlete or a Thought McStuffins, as I like to call these young ladies that are out here doing the most. It's more to it. But if that's all they see, then that's all they know. You could be the most hood gangster person in the world, but you're a fool if you're not teaching your children how to prosper and be better than you. So that's the whole point. And secondly, you can be the most gangsterist or most beautiful or most sought after person in the world, but if you're not checking on your kids' mental health and your own mental health, then what happens when you snap or they snap? What happens when they turn 37 and decide to take you out because you didn't do what you were supposed to do for them growing up? So that was today's Yoni talk, was to get into the mental health spill, because it's definitely very, very important. It's something that a lot of us are dealing with, and I say us because it's us dealing with on a regular basis. A lot of us, as they say, were raised on survival and not love. And at some point, you have to identify that and change the narrative. All right, bro. Thanks. I appreciate you on here, bro. I see you next week. But yeah, you got to change the narrative. You got to make it make sense. What you didn't want for you, you don't want for them. So how do you make it stop? Accountability, right? You got to know what's wrong, identify it, and then fix it. And sometimes it takes therapy. So don't be closed-minded to getting help. If you notice something's changing, don't be closed-minded. Don't get mad at your friends. Thank you, mother. I learned this look from you. Don't get mad at your friends if they pull you to the side and they want to talk to you. That's love. And a lot of us don't have that, so appreciate it when you get it. And therapy is okay. If kids are struggling or you are noticing behaviors out of the norm, you may want to seek help for them. Yes, you do. Because I know for a fact it's not just New York City that's going through that. I just know the numbers of New York City. But I have relatives that are nurses in North Carolina that are saying they're going through the same things out there. These kids are crying out for help. And I don't even know if they realize that what they're doing is really permanent, because, their brains aren't developed enough to even process those type of things completely. So make sure that you are checking on thy neighbor, checking on the kids, checking on the elderly, just checking. Because even though every parent should be equipped and built to raise their kids, anybody can have a baby. Anybody body with a body that works, functions, and got another body that can get with them can make a baby. But it takes a certain kind of mind to raise a child. So make sure you checking on everybody. And I'm not making any excuses for anyone's bullcrap or any type of parenting that they're doing. But make sure you're checking on the kids. Would you say this is for both boys and girls? Of course. Boys and girls just cope with things differently. And I only have 2 girls and 1 boy. So I'm really gauging it off of my kids, but I can physically see that every single one of them is different. And that's important to know. No 2 kids are the same. So if Johnny might not be sensitive to you yelling and cussing and fussing, but Sally might really break down when you cuss and fuss, and then Joe be like, whatever. You know what I mean? Everybody is different. So you got to deal with your children accordingly. And you have to make sure that you give them their own time. It's hard when you have multiple, because I know for me, I just have 3 kids, and trying to give them their own allotted time, it barely leaves me with time. But you got to do what you got to do. And that's where that factor kicks in, where there's no excuses to the parenting. Do it. You know, if your child shows you they require more attention, give them that more attention. They're not this child, they're that child. And they're not you, they're them. So everybody deals with things differently. Taking them out to go get an ice cream sandwich or something, even if they just run with you to the supermarket. I randomly pick the kids. Oh, I want you to come with me. I want you to come with me. And they'll be like, oh, I went and did this with mommy, but I wasn't there. And I might bring everybody something home, but I don't got to take everybody with me, because I need to see where your head is at. And even doing that, guys, you can miss things. Trust me, I know. So make sure that you just paying attention. And more importantly, they always say it, and it's definitely true. It takes a freaking village to raise these kids. Do not be embarrassed to ask for help. If you're overwhelmed, ask for help. Because all people going to do, if you take yourself out of this, is say, oh, if so-and-so would have said they was going through something, I could have helped them. If so-and-so would have said, and they didn't say it. So some people don't know how to come out and just ask for it. So you got to just offer the help sometimes as well. So, you see, I bust out my hat cup, I call it. I just want to thank Team Caressa being consistently with me every week. I think this is week 7. Super cool, Make sure you guys are sharing, you're liking, you're tagging, you're looking for it on YouTube, you're sharing it on YouTube. We're going to get this platform as big as we most possibly can get it. I'm having a good time. And I'm learning, because I don't come on here and I haven't looked up things and I haven't researched things. And my best friend, whom I'm going to owe a lot of money one day, does a lot of research for me as well to help me out. But this is things that we're actually physically going through. These are topics that hit close to home, or these are things that sometimes pop up in my head when I'm sleeping, and it lets me know that it's a conversation that we must have. We must. So next week, who knows? You guys know I usually pop up on like a Tuesday or Wednesday with my topic. I got to really think about it. Hey, Jacelyn, I have to really think about it. But make sure you guys are checking on your family. Make sure you really checking, actively looking, paying attention. Because people are struggling. And it's a time to uplift the people. And before we go, I must say, pray for Houston, guys. Pray for Houston. It doesn't matter what color they are, what creed they are, if they racist, if they not racist. Right now, it doesn't even matter. People are freezing out there. Babies are freezing in their beds right now in Houston. And even though the temperatures are now starting to rise back up to where they would normally be, people's electric bills are like 10 bands. Like, pray for Texas, because it's our U.S. soil and we're going through something. Pray for these people. If you can donate, donate. If I see some people that I know that are donating water, and I by far am struggling like everybody else. But if I see some links to donate, I'm going to donate. Make sure y'all pray for Houston. I got real friends in not Houston, in Texas. I keep saying Houston. Pray for Texas. I got some real friends out there. I got friends that I went to high school with who have babies and they were out there trying to figure out how the hell they were going to keep their babies warm when the house was 40 degrees. Like, pray for them, y'all. And if you know somebody that you can help, or you know somebody helping, send them in the right direction. Because if it can happen in Texas, it can happen in New York, it can happen anywhere. We don't control Mother Nature, even though they may try. We don't control Mother Nature. And when she's ready to turn up on us, she does. It could be any of us. I done seen tornadoes in the middle of Atlanta, and I done felt earthquakes while I was laying on the couch in Queens. It could be anywhere. So make sure you pray for Texas. And guys, the seeds you sow come back to you. When you do good, it does come back. If you can donate $1, donate it. If you can't, just a share, a simple share or prayer works, okay? Hey, Auntie. Hey, Dad. You guys are a little late to the party. Okay, so we are wrapping things up, but it was definitely a good conversation. I appreciate all of the feedback. I appreciate everybody talking to me, because it gets a little lonely when nobody does. So now this is really getting interesting. And like I said before, for everybody just coming in the room, check on your neighbor. Make sure that they are good. Make sure the babies are okay. Make sure they're treating the babies okay. Because right now, we are all we have. As you see, the world is ever changing. The weather's changing. The politics and the politicians are changing. The rules are changing. The taxes are changing. Everything is changing. So just make sure you guys are paying attention, okay? We got 4 minutes. And I'm just going to tell you guys that just joined into the party. The reason that I am not playing that much music not only is because, of course, we had a very deep topic to talk about, but I learned that because I share these or upload these lives onto my YouTube channel, Sade Caress, by the way, I cannot monetize these videos because I have my music on there, which is actually already released. So I'm going to be going back into the lab with a pen and a pad and creating a Yoni Talk theme song, which I have something in mind, and I'm going to get that to you guys sooner than later, okay? Make sure you remember, as of March 6th, the first Saturday in March, we will be moving over to the Sade Caress page. If you have not followed and liked that page, please do so. I do not want to have to come looking for you, okay? Okay, so on the exit, I think we're going to play some music, just because y'all know that's what I do. I play music and I sell things, right? Remember that we have custom-made shirts available with things like the Cookie Monster, and we can make cool anniversary-themed baskets and boxes and things of that nature. And before we go, I'm going to hit you guys with the which was my intro, and I'm gonna use it as my outro because it's fun, and we already talked about enough sad stuff, so why not lift it up a little bit? Oh, and the Henny. Yeah, I can't sell Henny. Disclaimer, I'm not selling alcohol, okay? But yeah, Henny goes great in this cup. Henny is great in the Cookie Monster cup. If you want the Cookie Monster to be the Cookie Monster, put some Hennessy in his Cookie Monster cup, okay? But make sure you're taking care of them Yonis, ladies, okay? Don't be sending them down there to be the Cookie Monster and you're not taking care of the cookie. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say, y'all. And then I'm going to get this to work the proper way. No, that's not the right song. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Production. I stole production for Tabitha Brown, and they came over here and they didn't want to act right. No, I'm just playing. Hey. Whip it, whip it, whip it. Hey, let's get some volume in here, right? You want this cup? You want the Cookie Monster? It's a set I made. You want this cup? I might be wrong, but these are the cups I made. And what I'm going to do is, with this one, I'm going to add some white glitter like it's being dipped in the milk, because I got milk. Oh, guys, remember, we do have the Yoni Talk cups. I'm going to put something in here. Hold on. this. Hey. Just like a yo-yo. My homies hate him, but I tell them, YOLO. Alright, so we got the Yoni Love cups. $5. They will be online. I didn't get to put them on last week. Valentine's Day and painting Yonis. It was a lot going on. Y'all want a Henny Cookie Monster cup? Well, I'm gonna pour the Henny, but I'm not gonna pour it in the cups because they're not clean. You trying to kill me? A drop. Or two. Hennessy makes me mean. What does it do to y'all? Hennessy makes me want to like be the Incredible Hulk, and I'm not even adding any hypnotic. We have these cups too, Team Caress. All the merch is coming. Are y'all ready? Y'all gonna buy some shirts? Team Yoni, Yoni Talk. What y'all want on these shirts? I'm gonna need y'all to get some shirts. They need to know. They need to know where to come, guys. They need to know. Ooh, that's pretty good. March 3rd, Gerald's birthday. We having a party? Virtually? Do I need to get my light? Or do I need to get my mic? Pisces. You the onlyest Pisces I love, Gerald. No, I'm just playing. You the onlyest Pisces I love, Gerald. I'm gonna let Whirlwind play too because I didn't release it yet, right? We gotta have music, y'all know that, right? Make sure y'all go download the music. Dad, you can buy whatever you would like, or you can just donate because I don't think you want a Yoni cup. Or do you want your shirt that says I'm gonna eat your cookies? That was my dad's idea. Yeah, he's on Yoni Talk a little bit too much. And I was caught up, I got stuck. Damn, I messed up. I had a hat on in my video like this too. Y'all know I love me a hat. He took my heart and he broke it. Damn, he nearly broke me. I'm gonna drill these songs in your head so you have to just go by it. I look like my mom because she's my mom. Kind of stole her face from what I'm hearing. Make sure you guys support and get some merch as it's coming. It's not to pay my bills, as I always say. The merch is to keep stuff like this coming, guys. Keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming. Y'all want to keep it coming, right? All right. Get you a cup. Wait till I show you these shirts this week. Don't. They can come in any color, any size. Yoni Talk. They're going to be interested. They're not going to be corny and just say like Yoni Talk because that's just not what I do. But they will have it incorporated. Yoni Talk. We over. I'm playing my song to the end before I close out, guys. Might as well. I hope you guys are enjoying these moments because I am. I really am. That's pretty good. It's a Chinese restaurant tea and Henny. Tastes good together. I might make some more. What's up, cuzzo? So Gerald, we're gonna do this, right? We're gonna set up something to where we can get these kids together because they need something to do. They need something to do, man. We can even like show them how to write songs, how to make bars, how to vocal produce because it's a whole nother level of just going in the studio. studio and recording a song. There's so many things that we could do with these kids. You took a Henny shot? Henny different, girl. Don't be in there abusing my friend, because Hennessy make you want to fight. Well, it make me want to fight. Let me not say her. All right, guys. It was great seeing y'all this week. Make sure you do what I said, guys. Make sure you check on our neighbor. Make sure you guys ask how you are doing and how you are dealing. Make sure you do that, because it's a lot of people struggling, okay? And I'm going to see y'all next week. This was great. The hour kind of ran by, but if you missed it, if you just tuning in, I'm going to definitely save this. Thank you, Lily. I'm going to save this live. It will be on YouTube, and it will be here. You know, I'm going to share it over and over so you'll get a chance to see it. Right, guys? If you do want a Yoni Talk cup or any of the merchandise you've seen, please shoot me a DM or inbox me, and I got you, all right? Mwah. Peace, love, and blessings. Later.